Road to Success is brought to you by Equity Bank.
Equity Bank. You are listening, caring partner.
Welcome to Road to Success, the key to your next level in business. You're watching Road to Success, the key to your next level in business. My guest today is Wangechi Kamau. She's the proprietor of the Picnic Kikapu. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
I like that, the Picnic Kikapu. Tell me about these Kikapus and the business.
The business really started as I have two troopers, two cheerleaders who are my brothers who for a long time I've been cooking for them, and because I love to cook. But one day I was sitting at home and I was kind of frustrated with what I was doing. And I said I needed something different. I need to do something different. And it was a Sunday night, and I remember I sat up all night writing recipes of the food that I love to eat in form of sandwiches.
How many different kinds of sandwiches can one actually get?
You can have hundreds of sandwiches. It just depends on the dressings that you choose, the toppings that you choose to go with it, the different breads that you choose to go with it. Whether it's toasted, not toasted, you can decide that you want a bagel rather than a croissant, or you want a ciabatta. I mean, there's so many things that you can do with sandwiches. And I also believe the bread or the sandwich is made by the bread that you choose, whether it's soft or hard, etc. There's so many things. Then you think about the cheeses. You've got different cheeses. You've got different tomatoes. You've got different lettuce. You've got so many options that you can choose from. So right now, our menu basically just has 10 sandwiches, but we're still going to roll out at least another 10 or 12 within the next 3 months. We want to perfect them, etc. But there is no such thing as a perfect sandwich. It's just the way your palate accepts what you're eating. And so that's how the Picnic Kikapu was born. I fought for that name for so long. And, the first time you hear it, you're thinking, but now it's becoming a household name, like, yeah, call those people, the Kikapu, the basket people, etc.
So you spent the night, wrote your list of all the sandwiches that you enjoy. Yes. Then what?
I didn't even think that I was going to take it anywhere. I think I was just frustrated because while I do love the job I have now, which is I'm a recruiter, is that it was getting to the point where, as a consultant, which is what you really are, people don't really value your services. They believe you can come and give them advice, because I'm also an HR coach, and you can come give them advice and then you'll chase them for 1 year for payment. So I was sitting there and thinking to myself, I can't keep doing this and chasing payment all the time. And for me, it was born out of a necessity of I want to generate income weekly rather than every month or every 3 months, etc. I mean, I have some loyal customers who, if I gave them an invoice today, they'll pay off. Within 2 days, they've paid me off, and that's good. But not all clients are the same. And so I remember I was making my friends laugh because in my personal account, I think I only had like 6,000 shillings in my personal account, which I'm not ashamed to say. And for my first orders, I took out 4,200 shillings, gassed up my car, went and did all the rounds in terms of buying the food, buying everything. And that's how the Picnic Kikapu was born. At that point, I knew it was going to be called the Picnic Kikapu, but the name hadn't even come out of the registrar's office.
Where did the customers come from?
My first customers were, I actually told a friend of mine, and they were going for a rugby touch tournament to Mombasa. And they said, we were actually looking for a solution. And they were actually leaving that Friday. And this was, Sunday night to Monday. And it was them and another friend of mine. She was also going away for the weekend with her friends. She was going to Nakuru, the others were going to Mombasa. The need for the Picnic Kikapu actually grew or started simply because I started looking around that when we're going for funerals, when we're going for long distances, we're going to see your grandmother, you're going to see a friend somewhere, you're going for blankets and wine, you're going for different things, you only realize at the last minute, oh my goodness, I don't have food. So you call us up, and that's actually why it started that way, is because, again, why not have the solution ahead of time? That if you're going for that picnic, even if it's the Nairobi National Park, and we get a lot of people who do that, why not just call us and say, I actually want gourmet food for this.
Your baskets are very, very pretty. What does your company offer?
Well, our services actually, we started off with just the normal kikapu that our mothers and shushus take to the market to put their tomatoes and their vegetables, etc. And so that's why I called it the kikapu, because as Kenyans or even as Africans, we all have different baskets, whether you go to Nigeria or Uganda, whatever, we all have a kikapu. So when it started with that kikapu and, then you start off by lining it, and that's when you want, some people have said, okay, no, it's scratching, my things when I take them to lunch, etc. or whatever. So we can line those as well. The different kikapus that you see here, this actually grew because people wanted Christmas baskets and Christmas hampers. So we started introducing something totally different, and we actually have these made in Mombasa for us. There's a friend of mine who actually does some of the chilies that I use to cook. And she said, you know what, Wangechi, I've got some beautiful, beautiful hampers I think that will really work well for this. And so she started sending me samples. And each time she sends me a sample and I take it to one of my clients, they're like, okay, I'd like a bigger one or I want a smaller one. And that's why we've got so many different sizes at this point. I think we've got 9 different ones, from round to oval. We've got wine baskets. We've got just a chili basket such as this one, which is a chili basket. And the sky is the limit on what you can do with it.
So you have 2 varieties of baskets. Yes. The one for food that I go and have my picnic and consume, and then the one that sort of is a gift.
Absolutely. So this is for giveaway, but the kikapu, in fact, once you've used it, you can even bring it back and you can reuse it and you can keep reusing it, etc. for that one until it falls apart, and they rarely fall apart.
We need to take a short break now. When we return, you'll tell us more about the picnic kikapu. Don't go away. Welcome back. You're watching Road to Success, the key to your next level in business. My guest today is Wangechi Kamau. She's the proprietor of the Picnic Kikapu. Welcome back to the show. Thank
you very much.
Before we went on the break, you were sharing with us about your business, how it started and how it's just evolved, Tell me about the Picnic Kikapu today.
The Picnic Kikapu really started as food on the go. And it's basically, that's why our slogan is take the easy way out, because it really is the easy way out. You call us, we put the kikapu together, we deliver it to you wherever you are, in certain areas. And from that has come different things. Like right now, we are actually allowing people to order sandwiches and salads. So we get people calling in just to order a sandwich and a salad. And from that, I got businesses that have started calling and they're like, do you do platters? I was like, that's an idea. So we started doing platters now. Wow. We've got different things when you think of platters. Who would ever have thought that we could have cucumber mint sandwich? I had never thought about it. And when I started doing the different platters, our platters are different from what we do are regular sandwiches.
So where do I find you? I'm thinking I'm traveling to Shags and I need food and to call. So are you on the website?
Yes, we're actually on Facebook, which is where we have got our largest following right now. When you log onto our Facebook page, you'll find people saying thank you so much. They're like, when can I get another sandwich, etc. And everyone keeps, once you have one of our sandwiches or one of our salads, they never move. They're like, no, let me eat until I'm tired of that particular product, etc. We already have Facebook, we have Twitter, and we also have a website, which is thepicnickikapu.com. And the email is orders@thepicnickikapu.com.
Tell me about challenges. I'm thinking you have such a fun business of, being creative about what people eat and just, bringing a solution to.
The challenges have been that you might find a product today that you really want to use, But when you go to the supermarket the next week, it's not there. Sometimes it's even local products that you can't get. So maybe you've got, a particular brand of tomatoes that you like to use in a can, but you can't because it's no longer there. For me, the biggest challenge has been is that finding the products that you want, such as even when I was trying to find products for these Christmas hampers, we literally had to go from different parts of the world to get some of these things to actually get in here. One of the challenges has been we can't get glass bottles. I couldn't understand that until I started this business. How can you not get glass jars or glass bottles here? And those have been my key challenges, actually.
You're talking about the Christmas hampers. Obviously, people know you as providing me the solution for meals. Now you're introducing another product, which is more of a one-off gift. Where did that come from?
It came from, I was, again, sitting on the same couch. That's why I love my couch, is that I was sitting there and I said to myself, why can't we, when my friend sent me these baskets, and she said to me, because she does my chilies as well, she said, why is it that we can't actually send these things, send your sandwiches in these baskets? I said, well, they're a bit expensive to go ahead and send them in, to do that. But I think I know what I can do with them. We'll give you a list and you say, okay, I want one of those, one of that, etc., because we already have the products. We've already ordered them. They're sitting there. Why can't we do that? But really, it grew because you have to appreciate food in order for you to appreciate these Christmas hampers.
Lessons learned. You stumbled into a business and now you're a businesswoman. Yes. Tell me about the lessons learned in this business.
The sky really is the limit. We keep hearing that. And even when you were going to school, your parents would always tell you, the sky is the limit. If you study hard, you're going to do this. From one product, I've gotten to the point where the products are coming from everywhere. The ability to do anything, it's endless. And I truly understand now what it means to be passionate about something. And the fact that every day there's something different that's coming out of it. And I have this little book that I carry with me. It's called my book of recipes and my book of ideas. I could be sitting in a meeting, waiting in the waiting room, waiting to get into a meeting. And I'll think, aha, I can do this and this. And I start writing it down. And I start writing those ideas down. So I also have a book of ideas. And so the Picnic Kikapu is evolving where we started with one thing. We're at 10 different things right now. And within the next 6 months, we actually have so many different things that are going to be coming out that are going to impact the way we feel about food, the way we feel about picnics.
Besides passion, and obviously that's a major ingredient to being in your kind of business, what else does it take to run a Picnic Kikapu?
I believe that in order for you to first succeed in what it is that you're doing, it's not just passion, it's love. I think you have to love something enough. But as we grow older as well, we evolve. Who would have thought 20 years ago that at 40 I would be starting a new business that I absolutely love? And all I think about when I wake up in the morning or when I go to bed at night is, I don't have enough time. I didn't get everything done because there's so much more I could have done today. There's a new product I could have put on the market today. Don't give up. And there's going to be a lot of people who are always going to tell you, if you believe it, it will work out. And even sometimes you may believe it, but it's not yet time. And it could take 5 years. You could actually quit the business and say, this is not for me. 10 years down the road, it is for you. So don't listen to anyone, adversity, whatever. You're always going to find stumbling blocks. You're going to find roadblocks. You're always going to find those things. Just keep going.
Tell me, 10 years from now, 5 years from now, when you look at the Picnic Kikapu, what do you see?
I see the Picnic Kikapu in at least 3 or 4 different countries within East Africa, especially now because I'm already getting calls from different people, different companies in Africa, asking if I'm willing to sell a franchise. What I really would like, even within the next year, is to have at least 2 to 3 different points within Nairobi where people can actually come and pick them up where it's convenient for them. Because for me, the number one value for our customers is customer satisfaction. I want you to be able to pick it up. And it's a need. Absolutely.
Wangechi, a pleasure meeting you. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you.
You've been watching Road to Success, the key to your next level in business. Have a great week and God bless.
road to success is brought to you by Equity Bank.
Equity Bank. You are listening, caring partner.